start again.
My name is Kelsey Bramlett, and I'm a student at edm310 at the University of South Alabama. This is Miss Norwood. She is a teacher at Magnolia Springs Elementary School, and I will be doing my interview today with her. Miss Norwood, how do you implement technology in your classroom?
Well, I teach pre-K, so it's just a fun group of kids. The first thing that I really like the most this year that we've done is we've incorporated the Waterford program. And this is a program where the children work at their own pace. They are on their own learning path, and they take a test in the beginning that shows where they should start. We have 2 computers that it works on. One is for reading, and one is for math and science. And they know and they learn what color, to go to. It's about 15 minutes on each one per day per child. We don't always get all that in, but we try. When their turn is up, they know to go tap the next child and say it's your turn. So it runs itself. And the children know how to run it. And they do this while we're doing all the other things in the classroom. And that's the way the pre-K class usually runs anyway.
Right.
So they're able to go and do and work at their own pace. They love it. Another way we go to a computer lab once a week. And when we do that, we work on Starfall. And Starfall has all kind of things from math and reading on it. And that's all we let them on because it's developmentally appropriate for their age. And they love that. They look forward to every Friday. They want to do it. They want to learn how to click. And so this helps them learn how to navigate the computer and go around. It helps them learn the tools. It helps them learn what they can do, how the earphones work, how to click in, and all that type of stuff. So we do that. The last and favorite thing I like about it is the smart board, since we've started the smart board. They get to take a turn each day being the calendar person. The calendar person, and I have a program for that. And the calendar person gets to do the calendar. They get to do, it counts. They do a counting activity. They dress for weather, a little person, which is precious. They do shapes. They do rhyming words. They do a letter of the day and the sound. So it incorporates all of those basic skills that they need to know.
They get to interact.
They love interaction, and they love to feel empowered. So those are the 3 really good ways that we use it.
Now, how do you know they're learning by using this technology?
Well, and when we go in on Fridays this is a big one, to the computer lab, they are able to turn it on. They're able to find the star that says Starfall, click it themselves, do the earphones, and we can tell which ones know that, which ones don't. A lot of them still need help. So we're working on that. The other thing, like with the learning paths, and it's amazing when we get ready to assess them verbally, and when we assess them to do another new program that we have, which is called Gold, which assesses them, and that's also on the computer, but that's worked by the teacher. But it is a good assessment tool by the teacher too, and when we assess them, we can see what they've learned on their learning paths. So that works well too, and just watching them with the smart board, you can watch that interaction and just see. I mean, parents have come in and gone, wow.
I can't believe they know how to do that.
Or they come home singing, or they do that. And all the programs, they beg, can we play games today? Can we do this? Can we do that? And right now we're not playing as many games because we're getting ready for our parent program, and they're disappointed every day.
Yeah.
So they really like that.
Have you ever had to take disciplinary action with the students using the technology?
This year it's been a year that I've really had to, because the new program we're doing, where the children are working at their own pace, the kids love it so much, they will push the next child's button and do it again under the other child's name, which gives us false results and false data. So we've had to take, and when that happens, the consultant has suggested to me, as she does her other classes, to let them not get their next turn. So they don't use their next turn, and they skip, and they don't like that. So that works really well. And that in the computer lab itself, if they have misbehaved in the morning and they're not doing what they're supposed to, we let them sit out, the first 5 minutes, and they don't like that either. So little things like that, and they do have to skip their turn on the games if they don't do what they're supposed to. But just minor things like that, because they are 4 and 5. So for things like that we do.
Now, has technology changed the way that you teach?
Oh my gosh, yes. This is my 18th year. And when I first started teaching, I mean, everything was paper and pencil, everything. And that's all we used. And slowly but surely, things have come about. We had a thing that was similar to the overhead that we used, that put the whatever paper we were doing on the board, and we used that. That was one of the first things we started. Then we had the wireless pads where we could do the wireless keyboards. That was great because we could go anywhere in the room and use those and, you know, be with the kids and make sure they were doing what they're supposed to. iPads are huge, and I should have mentioned that earlier as far as what technology in the classroom.
Right.
Because I have 2 of those, and they beg to do that, and that's one center they go to, and they just put the earphones in and work. They
And
trace
they
their
know how to
letters.
work.
Oh, they know that.
Everything.
Yeah, and that's another thing. They come to school. Most of them come to school learning, already knowing, electronics and already knowing technology.
I know.
So that is just huge, and I'm sure your own children
It
do that. You know, and my kids can tell me and my grown children how to use
How
technology.
to use, yes.
So I love teaching with it. I learn something new about it every day, and I'm still learning. I joke about being one of the older teachers, but you know I'm getting it. We got new pads this year for all the older teachers. I had never done MacBook. I'm learning that. And there's things I don't even know the names of. They say I'm getting that I'm going to learn how to do.
Right.
So most of the workshops we go to in the summer are centered around technology,
Right.
so that we can teach them how to be ready for the world. Because you know,
That's the direction it's heading in.
that's all we're gonna have one day, I think. So yeah, it has changed a lot of the way I teach. We still do some basic things. They've got to know how to write their name. They've got to know. I'm sure in 3rd grade they do some cursive because they've got to know how to, you know, do their signature. But yes, it has changed, and it's a lot of self-teaching with the children. You just
really
have to be the
is.
facilitator. And you have to go around and you have to facilitate and make sure that they're not on the wrong place, they're not in the wrong, they're not going somewhere they shouldn't. Most of the sites here at the school are blocked where they shouldn't be, but you still have to facilitate. So, yeah, it's changed a lot. It's changed a whole lot, but I love it. I didn't think I would at first. I was scared. And I think we're all scared to change because you know
Exactly.
something that works, but this
This
works.
is by the book, and it's been this way for years and years and years.
And they're taking books away from the children
Exactly.
and giving them, the MacBooks
and iPads.
and iPads. And so it's working good. And I like it. I like it. It's taken some time to get used to. I have to be, really honest, but I like it. And I think it's a good way to teach and a good way for the children to learn hands-on. And that's my favorite way to teach is hands-on. That's why I went to pre-K.
Well, thank you for doing this interview with me today,
You're
Ms.
welcome.
Norwood.
I appreciate it. I appreciate you asking me.